What's up, Eagles fans, Eagles Nation? How are we all doing today? Hopefully well. Hopefully you're being good to other people, being good to yourselves, your children, your families. Call everybody, say hello, just tell them you love them. Don't forget this stuff, guys. I know you're probably here for the Eagles, but someone needs to hear it. So I figured I'd throw it out there today, because you never know how life's going to go. So, just be good to each other and tell people you love them, But anyway, on a little bit more of a green and blue note, all right, let's start talking about the New York Giants, all right? So, last video, I said I wasn't really all that worried, blah, 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 blah. Still not that worried. I think the Eagles are actually about to hit a stride right now. I think the Eagles are actually at a point right now to where they're going to start stringing games together a little bit better, a little bit tighter. The defense has been tightening. I think now we've got all the pieces we need. I think defensively we could add a safety for depth, but I'm not even really that worried about that. I like our pass rush rotation. Things have been going pretty well. I don't really feel like they have many holes. It's going to take a big injury to really make a big hole. And CJ, I was worried he was going to be that injury, but Reed Blankenship, 2 weeks in a row, pretty highly graded. I think he was like second overall safety over the past 2 weeks or something like that. But small sample size. We'll see as the time goes on and teams get tape on them how they act with them. I will say I saw a clip on Twitter earlier of him coming in for a tackle from like 25 yards away. You know what? I'm gonna try to link this in the description on who shared it. I can't remember the name, but I'm gonna try to shout them out. He shot like 23 yards, like that, and came down and made the tackle. He is a bullet. If you haven't watched any of the highlights from him yet, give it a look. Fantastic. But anyway, enough on that. Back on track with the Giants. Not scared. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Their run game is ferocious, to be totally honest. Saquon, the last couple weeks, they seem like they've lost a little bit of steam, but Saquon was rejuvenating himself this year. He was looking great. In games that they've won, he has won. He did very, very well. And Daniel Jones has been using his legs as well and just completing enough passes to get the job done. Once again, I did shout out their coach in the last video. I shout him out again. Dable and the defensive coordinator are coaches to watch. These are guys that are very good at what they do. They know what they want out of their team and defense. The defensive scheme is not afraid to drop everybody onto Jalen Hurts from every direction and absolutely force him to throw the ball. No 5-man rush, 6-man rush. They'll send the house. We need to be prepared for that. We need to have checkdowns in order. Our coaching needs to be tight and make sure that on third down and pass situations that he has checkdown options and that he has quick options. Nothing long developing. I love the O-line, but do we really want to watch everybody have to block, 7 guys block 8 rushers is what I'm trying to say. You don't want to see that. So we have to be smart. We have to have our fundamentals tight. Their run game can be very, very explosive. But I think our D-line will do a pretty good job of neutralizing them. They speak for themselves. I don't really have to go into depth there. I also think that, for a defense that doesn't have a lot of household names, the Giants' defense has not been bad at all this year. They've done a lot of good things. Statistically, might not show exactly what they are. I think they are pretty highly ranked, but I don't think even the stats really show. Because there's been times they're set up by a short field because Daniel Jones likes to throw interceptions once in a while that, balls he should have just never thrown. He's had a lot dropped. So his INT total isn't as high this year, but he's still throwing turnover-worthy plays. So not really worried about their offense. Defense, I think we can kind of slow them down. Overall, they can beat us is what I'm trying to say, but I don't think they will. I've got high hopes for this like I did Tennessee. And basically, I think that the offense has officially really hit a stride. I think they are really at a point now to where they're not afraid to run or throw the ball. I think they know in the first 5 plays, or in the first 2 drives of the game, they know what they're going to do. Their adjustments have just gotten quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And I think that that's a little undervalued, to have a coaching staff that can adjust on the fly, that knows what they're doing. They understand the game, and they know what their players can and cannot do, and they adjust accordingly. And that's actually, it's refreshing, because there were a lot of games that Doug Peterson could have won here recently, and it just felt like he refused to adjust. He refused to change the way he was doing things, and it's really a shame that it cost us games that could have kept him around, because I like Dougie P, but I'm happy where we are now, so I wouldn't change anything. But it's just good to see coaching that understands, that things have to change. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, or you're gonna end up in the same situation every time. I think it's time that we stop talking so much shit about Jonathan Gannon. Maybe just 1 week. Maybe just 1 week. I think there was a lot of reason to hate him last year. I don't think there's as much this year. The Washington game, do I think that he could have called that differently and possibly won that game? Yeah. But there have been plenty of games this year where that defense is the reason why we were able to play the way we played and to win these games. Not saying that you can't give Jalen Hurts credit, Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown, Quez, Smitty, everybody gets their fair share. But, this defense has been ferocious this year. They've been really good, especially against the pass game. People are bitching about the run numbers being high. Well, when you have a top 2, top 3 pass defense, and, honestly, number 1 in my eyes, I mean, who's really, really better than Darius Slay and Bradbury? And that's the pass defense. Look at CJ GJ. He's been underneath everything. When you've got a secondary that good, yes, people are going to run the ball. And even if you're good at running the run defending, nobody is good at run defending for an entire game. If they had given Derrick Henry the ball 20, 30 more times throughout this game, he would have broke one eventually. It's just the rule. Like, you can give a running back so many carries and he's going to break one. Short of Trent Richardson and Josh Adams. You give them enough carries and they will break one big. And actually, I think Josh Adams actually did have one long run. It was one good run. It might have got called back by a penalty or something, but I believe he had one good run. So shout out Josh Adams. But anyway, I like the adjustments our coaching staff makes. I like Jonathan Gannon. I think he has done very well with what he's had. Look at all the injuries that we've had and stuff like that. And, look at all the things that our team has been through this year that we have fought through. I just think that you got to give him some love. Jonathan Gannon, man, he's earned it at this point. 1 week, if nothing else. Let's give him 1 week, where someone isn't calling him a dumbass or something. And I think that'd go a long way. It fits with how I started this video. Don't be a dick, It's pretty simple. With that being said, I think I'm just really rambling at this point. Happy to get out a video. Happy to have some time where I can actually rant. I know I can set up a longer video. It should be out to you tonight. It's fun. You guys have been making this a lot of fun. I'm really glad that the view count has been starting to go up. Subscribers are still, here and there. But I got guys that are out here, and gals, that are out here liking, that are, sharing, commenting, trying to spread the love around. And I just really appreciate you guys, from the bottom of my heart. You'll never know how much it truly means to me, but it is a lot. With that being said, be good to each other. Go Birds. Like, subscribe, comment. Love y'all. Peace.